Hello everybody, are you ready to sing with me? I love maths, yes I do. I love maths, how about you? We love maths, yes we do. We love maths and we're ready to. Star words. My turn, your turn, are you ready? Even, odd, equal, groups. Remembering equal groups means the same number in each group. All the groups have the same. Or we can say lots of. We are multiplying, so my turn, your turn, multiply. And we do, my turn, your turn, repeated addition. Now before we start, I want you to pause the video and write the date and title in your book. It's Tuesday the 2nd of March 2021. And our learning objective today is to use the multiplication symbol. Okay, so we've not done that before. That's what we're introducing today. Pause the video, write that on a clean page in your maths book, and then come back to me. Okay, so I just want to review what we have been doing already. So to do repeated addition, I want you to watch the video that was before my video on the blog about the pirate and about repeated addition. If you haven't done that already, pause my video now, go and watch that one and come back to me. Okay, so let's review. We know what repeated addition is now, and we know what equal groups are. How many groups are there here? There's one group here, and there's one group here. There are two groups. With how many in each group? 3. There are two equal groups with 3 in each group. That means there are 2 3s. That's the same as 3 add 3, which is equal to 6. But we can also use the multiplication symbol. So the multiplication symbol tells me how many times I've got something. So I've got 3. How many times? I've got 3 2 times. So I've got 2 times 3. I've got 3 2 times. Can you see that? 1, 2. Okay, so let's practice that a few times and then it will be your turn. So here, how many groups have I got? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 equal groups. With how many in each group? 3. Read that with me. There are 3 equal groups with 3 in each group. There are 3 3s. That's right, there are 3 3s. So that's the same as 3, add 3, add 3. Or 3 how many times? I've got 3 1 time, 2 times, and 3 times. I've got 3 times 3. I've got 3 times. How many groups have I got now? I've still got 3 groups, haven't I? I've got 3 groups. One here, one sort of there, one there, and one there. Okay, I've got 3 groups. There are 3 groups with how many in each group? 5. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 in each group. That means there are 3 5s. Well done, there are 3 5s, which is the same as 5. 5, add 5, add 5. Can you see that? There's 5, add 5, add 5, which I know is equal to 15. Or I could say that I've got 3 times 5, because I've got 5 3 times, haven't I? Okay, you superstar, does that make sense? So, I want you to tell me then, you're going to have to shout it at the screen, or tell your grown-up what... Let's fill in this table, we'll work together, okay? So, as you could see before, every time there was a repeated addition, we could make a matching multiplication. And actually, the multiplication is sometimes quicker because it's shorter. So here I've said 3 times 5. I know it means that I need 5 3 times, but I don't have to write 5 add 5 add 5. Because sometimes that can get really long, can't it? Especially if you're doing, you know, if you've got 5 groups or 10 groups, your number sentences can be really, really long. So, for example, let's see, I had 10 groups of 2. I would have to write 2. I'm just going to type it because my handwriting's a bit difficult. 2, add 2, add 2, and I would have to do this 10 times, wouldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and oops, and 2, that's 6, and 2, that's 7, and 2, that's 8, and 2, that's 9, and 2, that's 10. And that took me quite a long time, but I did 2 10 times. What would have been quicker is to say that I want 2 10 times. So I just do 10 times 2, or 10 lots of 2, and it just means the same thing. It's so much quicker, isn't it? So, if I have 2 times, I've got 1, 2, I've got it 2 times, what would my multiplication calculation be? Shout at the screen, what would it be? It would be 2 times 2, that's right, because there's 2 in each group, and I've got it 2 times. 2 times 2. But what about, this says that I've got 2 times 3. So, I'm still going to have 2 groups, because I've got it 2 times, but how many is in each group? 3. So what would my addition be? It would be 3 add 3. Did you get it right? Because you've got 3 2 times. How about this one then? I've got 3 add 3 add 3. How many times have I got 3? That's right, 3 times. So what would my multiplication sentence be? I've got it 3 times. There, can you see that? 3 times. What have I got 3 times? 3 times 3. Well done. This says 3 times 4. So what have I got 3 times? I've got 4 3 times. So what would my addition be? 4, add 4, add 4. 3 times. Well done. And this one's 5, add 5, add 5. How many times have I got 5? 3 times. That's right, 3 times 5. Can you think of a story for each calculation? I'm going to tell you the story, my story. You can do a different one. I'm going to choose you my story for the first one, and then I want you to pause the video and think of a story for each one after that. Just each row, because obviously we know that they're the same in the row. So I'm going to do this one, 2 add 2 or 2 times 2. My story is that I have 2 sweeties in a bag, and then I went to shop and I got another bag because they were my favourite, and I actually wanted to share. So I have 2 bags of sweeties, and there are 2 sweeties in each bag. 2 add 2, or 2 times 2. 2 times. What's your story for the next one? 3 and 3. What have you got 3 of? Okay. I bet you had some really interesting stories there, and I would love to hear them. Now we're going to compare. We need to make the statements correct using less than, more than, or equal to. So let's do this together. 5 add 5 add 5 is less than, more than, or equal to 2 times 5. Well, 2 times 5 would be 5 2 times. And here I've got 5 1, 2, 3 times. So that means I've definitely got more than what I've got here. 5 add 5 add 5 is more than 2 times 5. Okay, let's see if this is more than, less than, or equal to this side. What do you think? Have a look yourself. Okay, so 3 times 4 is the same as 4 3 times, isn't it? 3 times 4. And here I've got 4 add 4 add 4. So I've actually got 4 3 times. That means it's the same. Well done. Last one, 3 times 5 is 5 3 times. You see that's 3 times. And this is 10 add 10, which has actually not got any 5s in it. So how would I figure out which side has the greater number? Now I know this is something we need to practice because we've done maths tests before and you guys have had a question very similar to this and you just guess, you just do any symbol like that. And that's not quite how this works. If the numbers aren't translatable on each side, so they're not the same, they don't speak the same language, we have to make them speak the same language. We need to figure it out. So 3 times 5 is 5 3 times. So I need to count in 5 3 times. 5, 10, 15. So I'm just going to make a little note there. And again, when we're doing maths tests, nothing wrong with you making a little note there to help you. So this side is equal to 15. 10 add 10 is equal to 20. So 15 we know is less than 20. Well done. Hopefully you can remember that little tip because that's something we want to get really good at. So this is your job. It's in your learning pack. I want you to trim it like this and glue it into your maths book. This is exactly as we were doing earlier. Look, it's exactly the same. So I want you to tell me how many groups you have, how many is in each group, which means there are 2 of what number, which is the same as this add this, or in this case it's 1, 2, 2 times this. It's really important to get that the right way round, because if I said 2 times 4, it's not the same as 4 times 2, although the answers are going to be the same. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that on Friday. Because 4 times 2 would actually be 4 groups of 2. Okay, it would be 2 4 times. So the best way that I remember this is that I tell myself that a 2 and an x means 2 times, or a 3 and an x means 3 times, or 3 groups of 4 x means 4 times, and so on. Then you're going to fill in the table. So if it gives you a multiplication, you do the addition. If it gives you an addition, you do the multiplication, just how we were doing before. So 4 times 2 would be 2 4 times, because 4x means 4 times. And then it says complete the story for the multiplication 10 times 2. There are how many pots? There are how many pencils in each pot? And can you draw a picture for that story on your maths book paper, please, underneath your sheet? If you're in green group, you've got a challenge. So there are how many in each row? It's looking at the rows in the same way that it's looking at groups and doing the repeated addition. So how many is in each row? 1, 2. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3. That's the same as 2 add 2 add 2. What number does that make all together? On the challenge sheet, it's up to you if you stick this. So you have to do this one. You must do this one. This one is a challenge. If it's really hard, don't worry. We'll look at it. If it's something you can do, and I think you probably will be able to do it, then please do have a go. So use the descriptions to build the array with your maths objects and then draw your array. So this says there are 2 in each row. So how many would I draw in each row? I would draw 2. 1, 2. 2 counters is fine. There are 3 rows. Remember, I need to make all the groups the same though, so I wouldn't just draw 2 there, because that's we do equal groups, don't we, in multiplication? So there you go, you would do it like that. Have a go at it. Have a go at it. I think you can do it. Okay. One day more of home learning, and again, I cannot wait to see you guys next week. Bye!